work closely with their regional directors. So no, I haven't had that complaint brought to me.
Thank you. Funding. When we're talking about the JEP program and organizations like the Heavy Urban Search and Rescue groups, they recognize the value of receiving the equipment. They are struggling now with the problems of operating the equipment, and they have difficulty doing that. Is there any reason to hold out hope to these people that there will be programs to provide them with funding so they may continue to operate?
The JEP program is a negotiated one where we do our best working through provinces and territories to make the funding we have available to municipalities through discussions with provinces and territories. So from that point of view, I guess it's a shared responsibility with the provinces and territories to figure out how the ongoing funding of these programs are going to be. So heading into whatever funding is available, that's negotiated up front, and they understand that that's the case. We work with the program that we have. Like any other program of the federal government, it works through the budgetary cycle, and to the extent that people believe it should be more or less, they make those decisions at the governmental level.
I understand that. Are you aware of programs that are likely to come to a stop because of lack of funding, particularly HUSAR?
I'm aware that people have expressed concern about the need to find funding to keep them operating, but I've not had anybody tell me specifically that a certain program will stop at a certain point of time. It's a general kind of an issue that has been raised.
A broad issue.
You're right, a general issue, broad issue, but not a specific program, a specific problem hasn't been identified. It's a general one where people say that, just as we're discussing, that the ongoing funding is a problem.
And is this a concern to the federal government?
I believe it is, yes.
And are there steps underway to address the concern?
In and among a number of things that we would have as budgetary pressures, it would be one.
Radio communications interoperability strategy. Can you provide the committee with some background information about that?
It's one of my colleagues that actually manages a unit around interoperability, and there is a specific project that they are working on with respect to secret communications, which is one element of interoperability, but that is primarily directed towards an effort within the federal government. That is an effort that is directed within the federal government, and it's a project that's underway that we're working on to try to achieve secure communication channel among federal government departments. But beyond that, I'm not aware of a specific program that we're working on.
Are there any programs that would provide for mass communications in the event of disasters covering a range of areas?
One of my colleagues, one of the directors general that works for me, is coming to your committee, I believe, next week to talk about public alerting. Is that
yes,
right? And so I think he's attending with the CRTC and Industry Canada, and he's preparing to give you the detailed answer. We have a plan underway where we're working based on some recent CRTC decisions, where we're working with the provinces and territories and private sector companies to have a public alerting system that would be consistent across the country, even though a lot of the times the alerts would be of a regional basis. The federal, provincial, territorial ministers that met in Halifax in January asked us to have that system up and running by 2010, and that is the strategy that's underway. But the details, my colleague